Nia Peoples, and welcome to Elements of Life. Today, our guest is Erica Ives, and Erica is an author of the book Eating Disorders, Decode the Controlled Chaos. And I love that title because it kind of gives me a snapshot, but I would like to know why you chose this title.
Sufferers of eating disorders, they have an illusion of control. They want to be in control, but they're completely out of control. Living in a chaotic world that they don't know how to navigate. And when they're immersed in their eating disorder, they don't have to be immersed in true life.
When I read the foreword to this book, it was so incredibly personal that I felt like I was already invested in it. Why is that?
I had an eating disorder for 15 years in my life that I conquered. And this book is very, very personal to me. This topic is very personal to me. Being a woman in recovery, I really wanted to help people to understand eating disorders through a different light. So it takes you into a deeper understanding of the eating disorders than simply, eating disorders are just about control. It's really about opening people's eyes to really understand the darkness that surrounds eating disorders. They are imprisoning, insidious, and dark. Eating disorder sufferers have lost their voice, and they've lost their truth. And the only way they know how to speak and have a voice is through their eating disorder. And once you get to know somebody's eating disorder, you start to understand their story. It doesn't start as a full-blown typical eating disorder that you hear of anorexia or bulimia or binge eating. It starts with a preoccupation with food, starting to only be able to talk about food. I really, really focus on really specific warning signs for people to look at. When I'm working with sufferers of eating disorders, I often hear them tell me that they don't know who they are outside of their eating disorder. They don't have any identity except their eating disorder. I sometimes say to people, whether they're suffering from anorexia or bulimia, were you given the name anorexia when you were born? Were you given the name bulimia when you were born? And the answer is clearly no. Right there, what I'm trying to say is that you are not your eating disorder. And to create a separation helps people to feel more empowered, and they can connect to their healthy self.
Erica, what is your greatest hope?
One of my hopes in writing this book is to help people gain awareness and be able to detect an eating disorder, learn how to work in a preventative manner, whether they have young children or they're a teacher or even they're a doctor. An individual will walk away with tools on understanding an eating disorder, knowing what the warning signs are, knowing what types of treatment are available, understanding the idiosyncrasies of an eating disorder, and knowing how to take action. They can reach me on either one of my websites, www.mindfulpath.com, and also www.ericaives.com, and that's ERICAIVES.
Thank you so much for being here with me today. This was incredibly valuable.
Thank you for having me.
It was such a pleasure. Make sure you go out and get this book, Eating Disorders, Decode the Controlled Chaos, because like the book says, your knowledge may just save a life.